break for dinner.
You're starving, but there's no time to eat.
I need those specs by 8.
Aww.
Sorry, but it's got to be done.
When you need to die, but you can't, reach for the snack treat that dies for you.
Look. Snacks?
Cheesus! It's new!
Oh my lord!
Sacrificing a lunch break? Do it with Cheesus. Whipped up with 39 fundamental vitamins and minerals, Cheesus is the healthy answer.
This is really good. Uh-huh.
Baked through and through with enough cheese goodness to resurrect the smallest of appetites in the most bottomest of bottom days. Let Cheesus be the martyr so you can work harder. Delicious enough to please the most decadent Roman, these tasty bite-sized crucifixes will make your next party a religious experience.
It's like the body of Christ. Neat, huh?
Believe
But
it.
he didn't have to watch his figure. Fat-free.
And it's fat-free.
Fat-free! Give me that bag! Oh.
So it's no sin giving in to the heavenly taste temptation. Yes, Cheesus, the snack treat that dies for you. Snack lovers, your prayers have been answered.
Thank you, Jesus. You're a godsend.
Cheesus, the only snack treat approved by the National Rifle Association.
In these crazy times, the world just needs a hero to help cut through all the noise.
Well, now you have two.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another New Year's celebration of Heroes of Noise. I am only one half of this amazing crew. And on the other side, real quick, I want to let you guys know that very few times in my life have I had a friend that actually is a friend. I've had acquaintances. I've had many acquaintances. I've had many people that have been in my circle. But there is a person that I actually can call and I'm not afraid to actually say, hey, this is bothering me. Hey, this is bothering me. Hey, this is bothering me. And he's not going to shut me down. He'll actually sit there and listen. And that is one thing I'm taking out of 2018 yet again. It's the blessed friendship I've had with the man on the other side of this mic. Ladies and gentlemen, introduce yourself to my homeboy, Danathan.
Wow. And I was going to call you an asshole. So, wow. What's up, everybody? What's happening, man? I was not prepared for that nice thing you just said, dude. Thank you very much.
I wasn't planning on it. It just hit me when I was introing.
It was all that off mic talking we were doing, huh? We got close.
I think
We got close. Yeah.
That's true, G. I didn't think about
Right?
that.
How you doing? I'm Dan Ramirez. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 49. Today, Steve, is the 30th of December. We are approaching a new year.
Whew.
Lots has gone down this year, man. We should unpack some things and just, guys, right off the bat, we're just going to tell you, this is a loose one. But you're gonna get some movie talk and stuff like that because that's all we really do. We don't really have lives, but it's gonna be a little more loose, and I think it's gonna be good, man. Because I'm in a good mood. You're in a great mood. It seems like, Steve.
I'm in a great mood.
Jesus, man, I got to step it up a little bit here.
I'm in a fantastic. The funny thing is, I'm in a good mood every time that I come on this freaking mic when I'm talking to my boy Dan. I'm just happy today because I get to do the podcast. I love doing the podcast. I just love it. I love doing, and the funny thing is we were just talking about how we have the word and it would be like, sometimes I wasn't in the mood to do it until it pushed record. And I was like, let's shake and bake. And it was ready to rock and roll. I just think it's talking to you, man.
I mean, it's literally the same thing for me because there are times where I don't want to do this either, but it's like, this is what we do. As you know, we get paid for it, Steve. So,
oh, of course.
You know what I mean? So we have this contractual agreement that we have to do to make sure that we meet with the people and at least once a week and, enrich their lives, right?
And we should, the funny thing is, I think one day we will be, if Chris Hardwick could make a living doing this, we can.
He still is, right? I think he's
on Talking Dead still.
You know what? His podcast isn't popping anymore, I noticed. It's still like there's episodes coming out, but I don't know if he's... you know what? I don't want to... Let's not go there. Let's not go
True.
there.
But it's funny because speaking about podcasts, I think we talked about this before. I listened to this podcast, and many of you don't know, but I used to do... Dan and I were just randomly talking, and this is going to be such a loose one. Number one, I text Dan. I said, hey, random question. Do you know that song... I'm not going to worry my life away. And he said, as a matter of fact, I do. Is it Jason Mraz? I was like, I don't know if it is Jason Mraz. Sure enough, I get in the car, play the song. And it is Jason Mraz from 2002, no less. I was like, dang, he's been around that long. Dude's older than I thought. And then I was like, yeah, it's a good song, huh? And Dan is like, is it a good song, really? I was like, I think I'm happy now, and so it's a good song. I think it's a cool, like, I'm not going to worry my life away, man. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Save Mark kind of groove into this song now.
Just buying some
feeling
potatoes and stuff and your broccoli.
Yes! Dan was like, I'm not really digging it. I was like, okay.
Listen, he's a fine young man. I'm just not. He's probably older than me. I don't even know how old the dude is. But to each their own, Steve.
You don't even like Make It Mine? You don't like that song either?
Couldn't even tell you how it goes. I know that one that you were just talking about,
Yes.
and then the acoustic one. And
Lucky.
Now, I'm Yours. That's what it's called.
I've never heard that song.
Yes, you
People said that.
have.
I have not heard I'm Yours, Jim.
Damn it, really? You're going to make me do this right now?
Yes, please do, because I've never heard the song.
All right, hold up a second.
Jason Mraz. Is it Mraz or Mraz?
Your ass. I don't know what is. It's. I think it's I think it's Miraz. There goes my no cussing. Ass is okay, but I'm trying not to cuss so much these days.
Could be a donkey.
That's a New Year's resolution of mine, Steven.
Will you get out of here with that bull jive?
Is it bad?
Yes.
Why?
It's not you.
A potty mouth?
That's you, G. Why would you change yourself? For what?
I'm not
And
saying
for
I'm
whom?
just saying I'm trying to not cuss as much anymore, because I think that every time you put like the F word in or something like that, there's a whole other word you wasted. Right?
How? How though?
All right,
Like, what do you mean?
Here's your song. You've heard this before.
Okay,
Here we go.
yes.
Come on.
No, I never heard this song.
Shut up. Yes, you have.
I've never
Now
heard this
Jason
song.
will sue the shit out of us, especially since I'm like not a fan. So
But we're
right here, listen.
Well, you done me and you bet
I've never heard the song
tried to
before.
beat you, but you so hot.
Do you try to be extra black?
I'm dead. I just said that I don't want to worry my life away. That is not, so that kind of went out the window. I don't know that song, G. Is it a good song? Or is that pretty much what it is?
No, it's okay. It's all right. I think it's kind of nice, actually. Like, I think if I had to pick a song, then that would probably be the one. But I don't know a lot of Jason Mraz. That's probably like his garbage song. That's the one where, like, because you know how, like, when it hits the general population and you got the hipsters, are like, well, of course you like that one. Of course you like that one. That's when Jason sold out.
Is that what you guys felt when we started liking Inner Sandman?
What you mean, you guys?
You freaking Metallicers. Well, do you guys have a name, Metallikites?
Why you keep saying, like, I'm not the fan club president, dude?
But you are. Gee, we just did a quiz and you knew every of the first line of the album.
That is Master of Puppets, and then it stops. Injustice for All, kinda.
Gee.
No, actually, Injustice for All is dope. But after that, it's it.
Exactly. You're a massive fan.
No, I'm not. I'm really not.
Dan.
I didn't go to the concert. That says something.
How many Metallica concerts have you been to, Dan?
You mind your business.
Exactly. I guarantee it's in the double digits.
No.
Dan.
I'm serious.
You haven't been more than 9.
Let me see.
Come on, G.
1, 2, 3,
Festivals count.
4. I think I'm in the neighborhood of about 6 or 7 times.
Really?
I've seen Iron Maiden more.
Oh, wow. Now that I did not. Oh, you know what? I guess I would. Because you guys are like a cult, kind of.
I've seen Coheed and Cambria more. Who have I seen more, though? Iron Maiden or Coheed and Cambria? I think we're getting neck and neck now.
Who do you like better?
Out of those 3?
Out of Coheed and Cambria and Iron Maiden.
Oof. You know,
had to pick.
I had to pick. You know what, man?
You're putting it on tape or on digital.
I know. I'm recording
Remember
myself.
it.
This is how I'm going to go out in 2018.
You gotta, and make sure because that's your homeboy that goes to Iron Maiden concerts with you.
Okay.
The fact that you're even taking this long, he's like, oh, really?
Okay, I'm going to tell you this.
Okay.
I believe that people are going to hate me for this. I think Coheed's a more versatile band.
I mean, knowing, I've only heard a few things from Iron Maiden, and I don't think that is even debatable. So, okay, we were talking about Mraz and all that stuff. He's hating on him. Dan's just a hater because Mraz is, he's not super dope, but I asked him Mraz versus Mayer. I just was feeling the water with Dan, and Dan was like, I'm just not a Mraz fan. He didn't even say I choose Mayor. He had to put in, I just don't like the other guy. So yeah, that's the answer. I'm like, okay, fine.
I've always kind of had it out for him for some reason. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm being a little bit unfair, but this isn't like Dan's in a bad mood kind of thing. It's always been this way. He's just, some people just don't float my boat, dude. And he's one of those people.
I mean, so that means you don't like Jack Johnson either.
Okay, so because I don't like one person, I don't like the other?
They're both the same person, G.
No, that's unfair.
Dan?
That's unfair. So who are you insulting? Are you insulting Jack Johnson or are you insulting Jason
I
Mraz?
think they're both good.
You just said they're both the same.
They're both the same. I think Mraz is fine, good, and I think Jack Johnson is, oddly enough, I just watched a documentary that he happens to be in. I'm like, oh yeah, he's fine.
Yeah. I don't like him either. You're right. There's a couple songs I like of his, man, but all right, here's the deal. This is another weird Dan thing, okay? I'm just telling you this is the way it is.
Jeez Louise, G.
I only made one exception, and it still bugged me, okay? I can't stand people. Now, okay, hold on. I can't stand people
Woo-hoo.
that don't wear shoes when they perform. It bugs the shit out of me. I don't know why. It bugs the living shit out of me. So Shannon, one of our listeners, actually corrected me and says that Jason Mraz does wear shoes. Apparently I said that at some point in some rambling. You must have been talking about Jason Mraz because I don't know why he would come up out of my mouth. Ooh, that sounded weird. Well, just anyway.
I wasn't going to say it. And it wasn't a that's what she said. It would just sounded very strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I deserved that one, I guess. I'm going to leave it in because I deserved it. But still, yeah, not my deal. I don't know why I would bring him up is what I'm getting at. But Jack Johnson's officially does not wear shoes because he's from Hawaii. No. He does a whole Hawaii thing. No offense to Hawaii. I love Hawaii. You know what? If I lived in Hawaii, maybe I wouldn't wear shoes all the time. But put some goddamn shoes on when you're on stage. It just bugs me. Henry Rollins used to do the same thing. Are you familiar with Henry Rollins?
I am. He used to be rocked out. Looks different now.
Yeah, you probably know him from his acting, though, as opposed to his music, right? He used to sing with
I
Black
knew him
Flag
from,
back in the day.
Yes, that's what I know him from.
From Black Flag?
Yeah, because I used to see him. He would come. I don't know if he came to Fresno years ago.
He did. He did a spoken word thing.
There we go. But before that, I was like, oh, that rock guy's doing this thing now? And I remember thinking, because he used to wear those tight black shirts. I was like, isn't he like a rocker?
But you remember him from Black Flag?
I don't know. I don't know his band name. I just remember seeing him singing on that situation. It's like a rock group though, like a hard, to the point you just turn it off. I'm like, oh, I don't like this at all. I love his politics. Well, wait, let me change that. Back in the day, he used to have good politics. I don't know how they are now. I liked how his stance on, people, whatever. But I didn't like his spoken word, especially. I was like, why did you go to this? But people do, apparently. I don't know.
He used to be pretty good. I've seen him before when he was really good, and then I've seen him where I was like, okay, I'm not really into this.
He does barefoot rocking?
Yes. And he's scary. Like, no one's going to tell, like back in the day, particularly, no one's going to tell him to put his shoes on.
He was huge, dude. He was a big fella. He was a big fella. But what about Bobby McFerrin?
Please don't tell me that he doesn't wear shoes.
He doesn't wear shoes on stage, dude.
God damn it.
And I love
Well, Bobby, it's
McFerrin.
been fun.
I want to see him so bad in concert, but his tickets go quick. I think they think he's gonna say don't worry, be happy 18 times in a row. That's what I'm thinking.
I bet you he hates that song now.
Of course, he doesn't even do it. He doesn't even do that song. But that dude, what he can do is just freaking awe-striking, dude. He's not human. What he can do.
He's all,
but yeah, that's exactly how
that's
it
how it sounds,
It's
right?
weird.
I know, it's
wow.
impressive.
Hello, Bobby. When did you get on the podcast? But so anyway, back to the foot thing. I was saying, hey, I'm gonna ask Dan random questions because they're popping in my head. And I asked him, I was like, have you ever done that multi-level marketing? And Dan quickly responded with a correction and said, you mean a pyramid scheme is what you're saying.
Yes, indeed.
Sure, yeah. And I expected him to say, no one in my family has done it either. But he said, yes, someone in my family used to do one of the, what was it, Alcor? Arbonne. And I responded, I said, oh, because I used to do it too.
That was really surprising. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't expecting it in my past life either. What happened is my sister, she was so excited, dude. And I'm saying this because there's actually a podcast that destroys this multi-level marketing BS. My sister and I, my sister first, she was in a skincare product thing called Secret. And they used to have kiosks like any fashion fair where they'd be like, hey, come here. Can I do your nails real quick? And they'd make your nails all shiny. And it was like a skin scrub from the Dead Sea, like a Dead Sea scrub that's supposed to...
If I may, it's C as in SEA,
yes,
correct?
Dead Sea scrub.
Gotcha,
and it's supposed to be like great, right? And they had all these, hey, look at what this baby looked like before and after the scrub. And so my sister got into it. She was so...
Hey, scrubbing babies, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, wow, this does amazing things. And so...
Like, babies are naturally soft. I'm going to throw
some
secret on them.
Thank you. And so...
All raw and shit.
It
Okay,
was
go on.
gross, dude. And my sister got excited, and I would, come to think of it, she kind of played your boy. But anyway, I see you, Porsche. We're sitting there talking, and she'd be having these secret parties. And I'm like, that's a pretty good idea. And I was like, yes. And I'd say, what you guys should do is this. And she's like, that's a great idea. See, you have the mind for this. And I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of...
You got played, dude. I've been there. I've heard these conversations before.
And she was like, and then I was like, yeah, maybe. And I was like, you know what you should do? You should make a PowerPoint that does this. She's like, you would be amazing at this. I'm like, every single one of my ideas is like a knock it out the park situation up in this piece. And so...
I mean, you're like, I'm doing really well in this crowd.
Dude,
right?
It was crazy.
You got suckered, Jimmy.
I said, fine. And so I bought in. And I started having secret parties. And...
Damn. You never cease to amaze me, man. I always learn something about you, but Pyramid Scheme Steve. All right, so go on, please.
I would have like women do up their face with mirror. I had a whole setup. Like I had mirrors perfectly placed with the little scrubs and all this stuff. I had a PowerPoint. I even had a PowerPoint joke ready to go. Like I'd be like, oh dude, this is funny. I'd be like, I'd say, hey, everybody wants to be rich, but if you don't do what it needs to be rich and do the things that require, wealth requires you to do to take it, you could be just sitting in this chair one day, PowerPoint guy sitting in a chair, and then you'll just be waiting to be rich. The next PowerPoint is the skeleton sitting in the chair. I was just waiting for the laughs. I'm like, huh?
All proud of yourself.
I was super proud, dude. And so, dude, I got my pastor in it.
Well, the thing is that I know how these things go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight up, the person that did it on our side that I'm talking about was Gail. Mm-hmm. But she never got that far. She's like, nah, I don't want to do this at all. Like, this just doesn't seem right.
It doesn't now, especially after hearing this podcast where they go like the woman for some reason in her town it is MLMPyramidScheme.com there, and she's like, why is it? She's like, as long back as I can remember, everyone in my family did Avon or did this, and she said we have one of the most successful people in our area, and she does it. She said, how much do you make a year? And she's like $42,000. And she cut the podcast and goes to narration. She's like, now, this is the most successful person that we know. Not saying 42 grand isn't a lot of money. It's good money. But it's not the Lamborghinis and boats they're telling you about.
Right.
And this is the successful, top of the rung person. And the thing is, everything they say, literally, I said. Like when they said they teach you to say this, I'm like, I said that. They teach you to say that. I'm like, I freaking said that. Like I had literally, they teach you this. I hit up a friend. Hey Dan, how are you? Now the first thing we do is we are taught, make sure you act like you're interested in what's going on in their life. So I hit you up after a long time and say, hey, long time no see. And I have about an hour-long conversation. And then I always ask you, what are you doing on the 1st of January or whatever? And if they're busy, you say, oh, okay, well, what's your next free day? And if they say, why do you ask? I'm like, oh, I just have something that I wanted you to come to, but we could work around your schedule. I do not invite them until they tell me their free day, and then I invite them, because then they have no excuse.
Steve. I don't even know.
Oh, man, it's so gross.
Dude. When was this? Time frame.
Oh, dude, a year and a half ago? 2 years ago?
No, when I knew
You knew me when I was doing it.
How come you never asked me?
Heck no. Because the thing is, by the time
So
we were
wait, hold up.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the word, you were doing this shit?
I was doing it, yeah.
Gee. You think you know people. Wow, man. You are something else, dude. Like,
And I was good, G. Like, I had the thing. You know what I'm
You
saying?
did.
And now I'm just like, I was so totally gross, dog. I knew, like, there were some people that would just show because they knew me. And they would
Yeah.
just come because they're like, well, now that he knows what day I'm available, I can't just say no. And there were a few people that bought it because they knew me. And the hard thing about this is once you give the credit card number, it's an automatic, like it will keep on sending you stuff, charging your card. Because you have to get it every month because, you know, it's good for your skin.
well, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's so gross, dude. So hearing this podcast called The Dream, hearing it made me feel fantastic about leaving. But I said, I'm just going to go to this podcast's comment section for fun on iTunes. Because I guarantee, she even said it on the thing. They said, so a bunch of our companies, like one of them is called Limelight. A bunch of those companies have sent their minions after us. Sure enough, I went to the Apple comment section. Bruh. Bruh. They are lighting that cover. I said, and it's great because you can smell them. Their responses are, I was in the beginning. It was a great podcast, but then they just got so biased. I'm like, ugh, you're gross, because that's what I would have said. They told me to say that. They said, always respond with oh, I like that company you're with. Have you tried ours? It's so, I can't believe I did.
Let me ask you a question. Now
Go
that
for
you're
it.
like out of it,
Mm-hmm.
did the product work?
No.
Okay, well, I will say that the product, I'm not going to say the name again, but because I just brought it up for conversation because I'm certainly not going to push it. But it actually worked. Like, I liked the stuff. Like, there was stuff for guys, and she got me some, you know? She's like, I'm going to just get it for us. Like,
Yes.
I don't have it wasn't the drive. She just didn't want to bother people. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
really not Gail's way. That's not her way to be like that aggressive. And I could see you being completely aggressive with this kind of thing.
Dude.
But she bought stuff and it worked. It was nice. In fact, I was like, hey, remember that shit you got me a long time ago? Like, can you get me some more of that stuff? That's pretty nice stuff. It's super expensive. And
that's where they make their money.
Avon is also another one of these things?
Yep. Amon, Mary Kay. That's another one.
Wow.
All these, you have parties.
Pink Cadillac and the whole bit?
Yes, and the pink cat. I mean, dude, very few people get them. You see them every once in a while, but there's even a leash that goes on with the pink Cadillac. Like, all of it is gross. But it started. I totally get how it started when they give you the origins of direct selling, of how a lot of it was because women couldn't exactly go out and work, because they were expected to be homebodies and housewives. So they had to do what they could do. And a woman invented this. Well, actually, a black woman. She was actually the first millionaire, first black millionaire. She was just like, black women can sell this product better than anyone else can. So why don't I just send them door to door to do that? And she did it and made millions. But it wasn't a thing where it's just like, you can only get paid. And they're like, no, we're just going to pay you when you do it. But then a woman started doing these things where she's like, she would sell like pastries, and she was going door to door making a killing. And a bigger company saw her doing this, but like, I bet you she could sell our stuff too. Got her to sell their stuff. And then they're like, you know what we could do now? Fire her. And then we just continue doing what she did. Fired her and kept doing what she did.
What's the name of this podcast?
The Dream. And it's just like, of course women got screwed. Why would I think otherwise? Why would I think otherwise? The guy is just like, thank you. Now that we know exactly how you do these parties, you're fired. and she she died not having a lot of money. It was just a cold-blooded thing, and just men took it and was like, okay, because the person that the guy that actually started, like not Mary Kay or Avon, but it was like Avon Mary Kay. It's a dude. He just said, I'm just going to market it to women. I said we're the worst. But so yeah, it's a fantastic pod. But I knew as soon as I left that podcast, I said, don't expect a 5.0 on your iPod or your iTunes rating. It's just not going to happen because you have too many minions out there. And I opened her comment section, brother man. Not only was it Christians, because Christians are really good at doing that. Like Amway is a Christian company. They use a lot of spiritual like talk to get people in. And so a lot of Christians were upset about her going against them too. So she went against Amway, and I knew when she said Amway, I was like, oh, here we go. Here it comes. And sure enough, she got it. But she doesn't care. She's like, I told the truth. And it's the truth, dude.
You know what, man? I seem to recall, like a long time ago, I think my dad got suckered into that one time.
But the thing is, it wouldn't be a surprise if one of your parents actually did it, because everyone did Amway. That used to be the thing. Like, they talked about Amway, like they donated so much to the Republican Party that freaking Ronald Reagan, after his State of the Union address, went to an Amway convention to talk. Freaking George H.W. Bush talked at a Amway get-together. Presidents talk there. Like, they have it locked. So it's like different because they were under investigation for being called a pyramid scheme. And the judge said, no, it's not a pyramid scheme. A judge that they pretty much, you know, they're like, well,
Bought?
Yeah. And they're like, the president goes to their speeches or to their conventions. You think we're going to go against him? No. So they just said, no, the president likes him. We like him. Gee, it was just, it's funny because it just all related to me doing this gross stuff. And I was like, it was such a bigger point in my brain. I said, I don't ever want to look back on my life from here on and ever say something that I did made me feel gross. And this podcast makes me feel so happy that no matter what I do, this is something that I could say, I did that proudly. I'm like, why would I ever stop doing this? I'm so proud of it. And very rare is it. What happened?
They are going off right now, dude. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I'm going to put them outside.
Let me hear.
They literally just stopped right now.
Now, I wonder why that is. Is it because they hear my voice?
Probably. Hold on a sec. I'm really sorry, but I can't concentrate. I'm trying to listen to you, and that's all I can hear. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
They only bark like that when the gardener comes, dude. When the gardener comes, they just go crazy.
You know, it would be interestingly sad but funny.
What's that?
If like Jason or Freddy came out of your closet and they just said, hey, we ain't gonna say anything anymore.
Yeah.
Apparently we need to shut up, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like
I'm just going to shut up now.
You want them to bark because they're at least giving you warning. They're not going to stop it.
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's so annoying, particularly when they only do it when I'm recording or when the gardener's here. It's really weird.
Are you sure there's no... Are you positive there's no one in your house, Jay?
Yeah, I'm positive. Pretty sure.
Have you checked the closets and stuff?
No, that would take forever.
Bruh. Dogs know.
They're not.
Dogs be knowing.
They're barking. They're barking at the door.
But then they didn't want to leave, right?
Roxy never wants to leave. She just goes and hides under the table like, I'm cool. I'm inside. I'm a human. No, go out.
Is it Roxy Y or IE?
I think it's Y.
You don't know how to spell your daughter's name?
It's Y.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's Y. All right, let's move on.
But anyway, so I've been listening to a bunch of stuff. I've been reading a bunch of stuff. But I was actually, you brought something up yesterday that made me like, because we were going to say, let's just do it loose. Let's just do it loose, no problem. But then you brought something else that are like, oh, crap. I totally forgot this movie came out like within the last week and a half. And do you know what movie that is? Wait, are we doing contact information? They know how to contact us. They know how to contact us, Jay. Just calm down.
Do you want me to do it? You want me to just do it real quick?
Handle it.
Should I tell you I want to taxi that shit? Let's see. All right,
Gee, for the last time of the year. Yes. You damn Skippy. Let him sue us.
Nah, my name's on all the stuff. Nice try, Hudson. All right, let's do contact information, man. What's happening, everybody? My name is Dan, and we still don't have a song. I just thought I'd point that out, that we do not have our own song that one Steve Hudson said he was going to make for us. That said, we're using this one right now. This is a little bed we're going to use. And let me give you the contact info, if you will. If you want to reach the show, hit us up at heroesofnoisepodcast@gmail.com. Once again, that's heroesofnoisepodcast@gmail.com. You can hit us up on Twitter at Heroes of Noise. You can hit me up at DanQPublic. And my man Steve at SE_Hudson Music. Or you can hit him up at Secret Pyramid Schemes. You got on Facebook, you get us up at Heroes of Noise, and get everything at www.heroesofnoise.com. Leave us a voicemail, subscribe to the show, click down and see the friends that we're hanging out with these days because they're great people. Other than that, we're going to go ahead and get back to it. It's the new year coming up on us, and within about another 24 hours, if you guys are listening to this right now. And if not, Happy New Year. Anyway, back to it. Steve, sorry. I'm loose, man. Ever since we lost the show song, the one we've been using, I feel lost, like a puppy in the city or something like that, man. So, guys, please write in and put the pressure on Steve so we can get back to doing what we do. All right, enough of this. Let's get back to it. Blah 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 blah.
The funny thing is about a song, you know what other things sing?
What sings?
Birds, Dan. You know what movie I watched this week?
Oh, nice segue, sir. How did I even? I didn't know we were getting to movies yet. I thought we were just still bullshitting. Okay,
no,
you want to talk movies?
Let's
talk movies.
I forgot about that when I was just like, we're gonna BS. You were like, there is actually something we probably should talk about. I was like, no, there isn't. Life is fun. Oh my goodness. And you're like, Birdbox. I said, oh yeah.
Make no mistake. I've got stuff to talk about, but you want to do Birdbox right now? Why not? Let's do it.
Okay, but tell me, before I want to know, what was your intro to Birdbox? Was it all like, did you say, hey, this is an interesting thing, I didn't know that this was on Netflix, or had you already heard about this movie?
No, I'd heard about it for a couple of months, actually. Read some articles about it, and then I went to sandrabullock.com. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I've heard about this one. I love Sandra Bullock, dude. I really do. That's a whole other.
I like her too.
You hear I get a little creepy in the voice? I was like, I love Sandra Bullock. I do. Very much so.
You have a style, dude.
I've got a thing for Sandra Bullock.
You have a thing for people who kind of look like her a little too.
Who?
I mean, I'm saying people is what I'm saying. They have a thing going that she has going too.
No, I just think she's kind of fine.
I know, but I'm saying that
still.
Women, yeah. Oh no, she is for 55, dude.
She ain't 55 years old.
Gee, I'm going 55.
Okay.
Do you think she's 55?
No, she can't be 55. Is she? Shit. We're getting old, man.
I don't know. Hold on, now I'm curious.
I'm looking. There it is. Sandra Bullock age. She's 54 years old, dude.
Dude, I was close.
I'm impressed.
She's 54, huh?
50's the new 40, apparently, Steve.
Yeah, bruh, listen. Apparently you can look very good, even though, I mean, I'm used to, people looking good at past a certain age, but it's different for Sandra Bullock to look that good at 54.
What are you getting at, Hudson? What are you getting at? Go ahead.
Look, G. I mean, if I'm at a family reunion, I'll be like, how you doing, person doing backflips and juggling on the top of that Ferris wheel? How old are you? 104? I'm like, of course you are. That's how we roll. But I get it, though.
What? You know what, man? Genetics are a bitch, right? Some people got them and some people don't.
Well, the thing is, you age gracefully. Like, you're aging amazingly.
I'm doing all right.
Gee, what are you talking? No one is going to guess your age. No one would guess how old you were. No one.
You're making me sound like I'm all freaking old, dude. I'm not that old.
I think you should have kept the beard, though.
Nah, that was definitely the telltale right there. Like, oh, this dude's not in his 30s.
But it looked good, though, G. I peeped how, I guarantee people in the office were like, oh, look at this brother right here. You had the George Clooney. Yeah, the
Thanks.
George Clooney. You totally
Sure.
did. But
Okay, you say
see,
so.
For me,
So full of shit.
I didn't know anything about this movie. Literally, I was just scrolling through Netflix. And I was like, Sandra Bullock's in a Netflix movie? And I pushed play. Now, if you listen to the internet, this is the second coming. It's incredible. Oh my gosh, what a movie.
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on with this one now. You've got like the Birdbox challenge.
Dude!
Do you know what this is? The Birdbox challenge?
I think you just blindfold you and your children and just walk.
In the street?
That's what I'm going for. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what I've seen. But there's a challenge for everything, right? You got
Such
the
a
Tide
dangerous
Pod
challenge.
challenge. Why are
Yes.
people always trying to kill themselves with challenges?
It's so ridiculous. And the thing is, like, when I watched the movie, I walked away saying, that was good. That was a good movie. And
Yeah,
my,
okay.
my sister, on the other hand, was like, because she had heard all this and then watched it.
Like she believed the hype and
Yes!
then she watched it. Yeah,
That's
she
why I
let
was
the
just
hype
like,
get her.
before we give our opinions, I'm like, what was your situation watching it? Because I would be shocked if you liked it more than I did, since you kind of knew about it for the last 2 months. I'm very eager to. What did you think about Sandra Bullock's Bird Box? That could sound so strange, dude.
Sound better than Jason Mraz coming out of my mouth, so you're
That's
okay. You're
true.
still doing all
That
right.
is true. That
Yeah,
is true.
wow. And you didn't even, well, you did say something, but anyway. So I think that Bird Box started off incredibly strong.
Yes.
And when I saw the first trailer for it, I'm like, oh, yeah. This is the shit right here. A lot of people were saying it was like Quiet Place, but with eyes, right? With sight.
Yes.
And I can feel that, you know? Some people compared it to The Happening, but this was a little bit later.
That's what my sister compared it to.
I mean, I can't really disagree with the with the general concept of it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I will say that the movie started off really strong, and I was like, okay, you go, Sandra. This looks good. Your boy Machine Gun Kelly popped up in it, and I was like, oh, okay. Dude can act a little bit, you know, because he's going to be in The Dirt, the Motley
Yes.
Crue documentary coming out very soon. I can't wait for this thing. So Malkovich was in it. It was popping. Like the whole thing was really, really going at a very steady pace. Here's the deal with Bird Box. I think that Bird Box needed an additional half an hour because it left me with a lot of unanswered questions, and I felt a little let down in that. So, like, should we get into it, or?
But there's nothing really to get into. Like,
I mean,
there
can we put a
no
spoiler
spoilers.
cap on here or anything like
Is
that?
there a spoiler for this movie though? Because we didn't see anything.
It's true.
They didn't even explain enough for there to be a spoiler.
So it's kind of like a post-apocalyptic movie. There's something that hits the earth, starts
Yes.
off in like Romania or something like that, and very quickly works its way across the world.
Yes.
Where if you see whatever this thing is, it makes you kill yourself, right?
Yes.
That's pretty much it. It makes you go insane and kill yourself.
Literally the happening.
Yeah, that is the premise of The Happening
Yes.
right there. Except you don't have whack-ass Wahlberg in it.
Oh, dude.
We're dealing with things that are beyond our control. Yeah, he was
Gee,
bad. He was terrible.
I mean, I can only think about him talking to animals though, so those days are over. I can't.
Say hi to your mother for me. You know, I like the. Say hi to your mother for me.
Hey, goat. Gee, I was on the ground when I first saw that.
You're just a goat. Just a goat eating grass.
And that is him in every movie, dog. How is he famous?
I loved Boogie Nights. I still do. Even though it goes like crazy dark at the end, it kind of like starts to go downhill a little bit. I think that the first half of Boogie Nights is some of the best shit ever.
Oh, it's fantastic. I dug. Well, I think on a. I think it was fine. I think I suffered from someone was like, oh, you have to see this movie. It's incredible. And so when I watched it, I was not invested for most of it because I was just like, it's not that great. I thought it was fine. It was just fine considering who he was. Like, I thought the funniest part was the feel my heat was it for me. Like you said, there was a lot of the happening going on. My thing was, I didn't mind that because in my brain, dumb, stupid me was just like, oh, they're keeping it a secret for now. We're good. We're good. I cannot wait for this reveal. Wrong.
That's
Wrong.
it, man. That's what I was about to say. Is that like it was so disappointing to me, man? Because like I thought the movie itself was good. You know what I mean? Like it was going well for a while. I was intrigued with the whole river, trekking thing.
That
I
was
was
great,
intrigued
dude.
with people.
Great.
Yeah, and without getting into all of the clear spoilers of it, I was intrigued with the people that had a different effect. They could walk around, you know what I mean, and not have the same problem that the other people have. I liked that, and I'm thinking, okay, cool, because they're going to let us know why they're different. First of all, why, and it just stopped. It just stopped. Like there's it looks like it's going up to a big climax. Like she's running through the forest with her kids. Shit was about to go down. Death was apparent. It looked like, and then they come up to this school, and they open the door like, hey, welcome. All right, see you later, and that was the end of the movie. Like it just stopped. It was like they ran out of money or something.
Well, the thing is, I think like they couldn't have ran out of the money because they had freaking John Malkovich in that mug. So I think they're like flush with money.
Yeah.
I think again, I love Trevante Rhodes and hers like little thing they had going on. I was like, oh snap, look at this brother right here. But I
had Dumpling in it.
Gee. She's been good in everything she's been in, but people are mad at her. Remember, there's like memes going around where her, what's dude from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Chris Pratt?
Chris Pratt, and like one other person that they want to beat up because they all made dumb mistakes in their movies.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this.
And I said, that's actually clever because they all did kind of. I mean, screw the pooch royally.
Yeah, Dumpling really just changed the course of everything in this one. I'm sorry, her name is escaping me. Olympia was the character's name. And Olympia just jacked everything up.
But she did here's the problem. Here's my issue with, I get why people are saying that she messed up, but what she messed up she messed up things by being a human being. That's not messing up. She made a bad call. But in any other situation, that's what you want to make. If I am having a son, I want him to make that call because, what if they're evil? But what if they're not? That means you left somebody out there to die.
Yeah, and I can understand how she felt like she was a hypocrite.
Totally, dude.
But the rules change when it's post-apocalyptic world. You know what I mean? Like,
it does.
Sorry, shit goes down, and unfortunately, it's every man for themselves. That's how I would be.
We also don't know she doesn't know the rules. We don't know, does it affect them then? Do they have, and especially him, we're like, that took a long time for his real ideas. I can't believe no one like noticed his eyes. I was like, he had weird eyes. Why didn't you notice that from jump? It wasn't until we zoomed in that we saw it. I was like, I would have noticed that from jump. I'd be like, hey,
I was wondering about that. Did they turn or were they always
No, they were always like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That it just fell apart at the end. And I think that this movie could have been great. Like really, really great. And I'm not saying the book, it's based on a book, so maybe the book's better. But I'm wondering if the book has like a shitty ending too, where you just don't.
I'm almost sure.
Where you don't find out. Because I don't know why they would change it,
I really liked the movie because I wasn't expecting anything. I walked out after the movie. I was like, that was good. And because I was even talking to my sister about it. We were complaining because we were debating because she was just like, I wanted to, or no. I was like, they should have shown the monster. She was saying, no, they should not have. They kind of showed them through the pictures. And I said, yeah, but I think audiences wanted to see what they were talking about. She's like, no, seeing the pictures are good enough. You kind of get
I'm not trying to assume anything.
No, I want
to see
them. I want to see, because they looked freaky. The pictures, I was like, dang. But even then, I don't care if it was the most monstrous, crazy behemoth of a monster. Why is it that when you look at this thing, all of a sudden you want to kill? Like, that is what I need explained. Skip what the monster looks like. Why does he make you want to, or he or she or them or they, why does that make you want to kill yourself? Yeah. And they did not at all.
Nope. Too many unanswered questions, man. I don't want to waste my time, or spend my time, I should say, assuming things. Like,
true.
I'm watching this so you'll entertain me. And I get it. Oh, but this movie was made to get you to think. No, not this movie. Like this, there should have been a payoff. Quiet Place had a payoff. If Quiet Place didn't have the payoff that it did, then I would hate that movie. You know what I mean?
That was a great.
I would be angry at the movie.
Fantastic payoff.
It was great.
Fantastic. A matter of fact, I think that's one of the movies that made my, because we're going to be doing a top 10. That made my top 10.
You know, it's in my list, but I'm like currently going through and seeing what I can take out.
Great, dude.
I don't know. I've got a lot on there, and I have to sift through them. And
Same
there's a
with
lot
me.
of movies that I still haven't seen. So, you know.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is, and I guess every other podcast is too, we're gonna give our top 10,
Yes.
but it's gonna be like in a week or two. Probably in a week.
Yes. And I also have my top 10 TV shows of the year.
Oh, see, you're just doing the most, man. Now I gotta do that too?
No, you don't. I could just give mine because I don't think you watched as much TV as I did.
Oh, it's guaranteed. But still, I've been watching a lot lately. So, you know what? I'll play along.
Okay. Well, you know what's funny? If you had to give this movie, how many blindfolds do you give Bird Box? Ooh, this is going to be mean, I think. I think you're going to be mean, Dave.
No, I'm not gonna be mean. It just really disappointed me. I'm gonna say, like, up until the third act, I would have given it 4 out of 5 blindfolds.
Oh, nice.
But because of the third act, I'm going back to 3 blindfolds.
Oh, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3. Because it was super solid until the end. It just left me
Yes.
wanting so much more. So many unanswered questions. A lot left to be desired. And I don't know. We were like that with Aquaman too, though, where like, wow, this movie was garbage, but everyone loved it. So I don't know if we have an unpopular opinion on this, but that's how I feel.
Well, I think also even though I guess people are kind of, but I thought the gem, one of the hidden gems in this movie was Sarah Paulson's. Even though she was only in it for like 5 minutes, I really liked her little transformation. I was like, holy crap. That made everything real for me. I'm like, oh, things just got legit. What the crap is going on here? She sold it. She totally
did.
sold it.
That look on her face
Oh
said it
my
all.
gosh, dude. I said, what is happening? Happening? Huh? But yeah, I give it 3. Look, it was solid. If you haven't seen it and you're listening to this, you have to see it to be in the conversation. If you don't mind not being in the conversation, great. But I would say see it so that you're in the conversation, because this is not going away anytime soon. And you're going to be just sitting there being like, wait, what? What's this? A what? Who? What? No. This is a conversation movie that you have to watch in order to be in the conversation. Unfortunately, if you don't want to see it, you have to be in the conversation.
I think it's worth a watch.
Oh, for sure.
For sure.
And
I just think,
she did a great job. She did not know she was in a Netflix movie. Sandra Bullock gave her everything. And I was like, that is how you do it. She's in a movie. Like the talk she had with those kids, I'm like, that's acting. She's acting. She's killing. Loved it.
But we got duped at the end is the only thing. You know?
What else you been watching, bro?
Speaking of Netflix and conversation, Steve, Bandersnatch came out on Friday. Did you watch this yet?
No, and I wanted to, but I was told that you want to have time to actually don't push pause, go do something else, come back later on with it, like sit through it in one fell swoop. And I was like, oh, well then I kind of have to wait till I have 2 hours just to do something.
You might need more than that.
Oh, okay. Please explain this, please.
What I really like about this is that it's a choose your own adventure Black Mirror movie. So I love Black Mirror. And did you ever read the Choose Your Own Adventure books back in the day?
Sure did.
Yeah, so those were dope, right? And so
Wonderful.
This was like the best of both worlds for me because I love Black Mirror. Honestly, I thought it was Black Mirror, like another season coming out. I was a little misinformed about it, and I guess I was just out of the loop. But when it came out, I'm like, oh, it's a Choose Your Own Adventure. By the way, you cannot watch this on Apple TV. Kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your laptop. Gaming systems. I don't know about the Fire Stick, to be honest with you. You'll have to let me know about that. You're really big on that Fire Stick, aren't you?
Love the Fire Stick. I don't even want an Apple TV because I love the Fire Stick so much.
Depending on who you ask, they're saying Apple TV is going away. It's going by the wayside.
I'm not surprised.
I love it. It's great for me. It works very well. But anyway, I don't want to start talking about that. Bandersnatch. I spent I think the whole thing comes out to like an hour and a half, but then there's all these different things that you can do. You know what I mean? It's all these different outcomes that you can get. I had this one outcome where, well, you know what? I don't even want to tell you because you haven't seen it yet, man. But I had one of the outcomes that I've seen a lot of people get. But there's some other things that I haven't even seen on there. And what I like about it is, like, let's say you make, for the sake of this conversation, the wrong choice.
Yes.
It stops immediately. and then it takes you all the way back, but it doesn't. You don't have to like watch it all over again. It gives you like this quick, like flat, like a fast forward kind of thing, like sort of like on the last episode, one of those kind of things. It goes real fast, and it gets you back up to speed. So I think that it's so original that it's doing this. I think it's kind of a game changer, to be quite honest with you. It's got Will Poulter in it.
Will Poulter, who's that?
Did you see We're the Millers?
Yes.
The son on We're the Millers. He was in one of the
was rapping. He did Waterfalls.
Yes, that's the guy.
I
That's
know
the guy.
who he is.
Yeah. And he was in Detroit last year, which was a great movie. He's actually really good in this. He's not starring in this movie, but it's pretty good, man. I liked it. I think I have to go back and watch it again. Again, we were going to keep this one loose, so I'm not prepared to like completely spill the beans on this one.
It doesn't sound like you're just over the. I mean, like, oh, this was amazing. You thought they were like, it's a good entry.
Well, here's the situation. Yes, it's a good entry. It's definitely Black Mirror. I like the originality of it, but it's like I haven't played the whole thing yet. So I know what I mean? Yeah, so I don't want to like give my final on it, but here's a synopsis. It says a young programmer makes a fantasy novel into a game for a big company. Trying to keep his mind into making it right, his own reality becomes weirdly disoriented. That's it in a nutshell, man. But I think I want to go back and watch it again. It was something where I got up and I had some shit to do yesterday, so I did it until I finished it up. But I think I want to go and play through and do all the possible outcomes now. And I think that's going to probably take over a couple hours to do so.
See, how long is the movie itself?
You mean like if you just roll through it?
Roll through it, choose the first thing that comes to your mind.
It says an hour and 30 minutes, but I don't see that really can't be. I guess if you just make all of the right decisions, then it'll be an hour and 30 minutes. But if you're not, you're having to go back and do some things. And so, yeah, I'd say give it maybe 2.5 hours to play everything. Maybe I'm even overestimating. Maybe it's a little bit less than that. But yeah, it's interesting. It has me intrigued, and I want to go back and finish it up again. But I guess to like give you the full review on it wouldn't be right because I haven't played every possible outcome to it. But I do like that, man. I'm really into like choose your own adventure things, and I'm happy to see that this is something that's new, that's coming out. I like that it's an interactive experience and that, you can do this for free on Netflix, if you count Netflix being free, of course. With all the content on Netflix, though, I mean, essentially, it seems free. You know what I mean? There's so much on there.
Oh,
but
dude,
yeah.
I'm
feeling it, man.
You're not more into your PS4 because there's so many choose your own adventure type games. I'm like, oh, well then, Dan, it seems like you'd be like all over this stuff.
I just haven't been gaming a lot lately. I've got games. I even stopped playing Red Dead. I just haven't. There's just been reasons I haven't been playing. I love it. Don't get me wrong. There's been reasons why I haven't. But but getting back to Bandersnatch, I applaud it, dude. I think it's actually really awesome that of all things, Black Mirror did this first, and I look forward to seeing more of them. So, what am I going to give this one here? There's so much weird. There's so much weird shit I could pick for a rating system. I wasn't really prepared.
Yeah, I'm interested in what you're because whatever you give it, that's going to make me look for it in the movie.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one. Let's see. For originality alone, I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 hits of LSD. For originality.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But as far as the story goes, I'm going to go ahead and give it. I'm going to give it a 3.5. Okay. Yeah, 3.5 hits of LSD.
Okay. That is a totally fair.
It might change.
It might go higher.
Well, I got to finish I got to do all the other steps. I got to figure out the outcomes and everything like that. But I mean, it's just so original that I love that shit. So, I'm giving it a 5 for originality. Yeah, for sure. But I haven't really tapped into all of it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a 3.5. 3.5 hits of LSD. So stupid. 3.5 hits of LSD.
That is awesome, G. So now you're going to make me want to. Like, at first I was like, I do want to do this movie. I want to play, I guess, the movie. But it's like, I have games like that already. But now you're making me want to actually see the story of this movie. So now I gotta play it.
It's interesting, man. I think you'll like it. I think it's right up your alley, man. That's something that you'll definitely get into. But again, you don't even use your Apple TV anymore, right?
No.
Yeah, it's like obsolete. So yeah, you're good. Just don't watch it on that and you're fine. You can watch it on your phone, your laptop, your future iPad that you said you were going to buy.
Gee, you have no idea. You think I'm playing, G? Keep on playing.
We'll see.
Keep on playing. What else you been watching, brother?
So I took the family yesterday, man, to see Mary Poppins Returns. I was debating on whether I wanted to talk about this one or not, but I did see it, so why not? Okay.
Please don't sound so enthusiastic.
No,
man. Good Lord.
man. You're making me sound like a bad guy today. That's not the case at all. So, okay. So Mary Poppins. Did you watch Mary Poppins as a kid?
Oh, dude. I know all the songs from Mary Poppins.
It's a jolly holiday with Mary.
Yes,
all that, right?
Yes,
Okay.
dude.
Step in Time. All of it.
Everybody step. Oh, come on.
So when we watched, this movie was played a lot in our house. I mean, a lot.
Yes.
And I don't know if it was just a matter of me just, you know how like when something's just played over and over and over again,
Yes.
it kind of turns you off to some degree.
Uh-huh.
That's kind of what happened with this one because my kids loved the shit out of this movie. They still do. And I love Mary Poppins too, but I'd had my fill for a while. But, you know, coming back, I had to see because everyone was raving about Emily Blunt in this and how well she does. And Lin-Manuel Miranda as well.
Of course.
Dude, yeah, they kind of kill it in this movie. Like, if you like Mary Poppins, if you don't like musicals, don't go see this movie because it's just music all the way through it. If you didn't like the first Mary Poppins, I can't expect you to like this one as well because it is very well done, dude. Like it's all of the components are there. You've got the animation with the live acting. You've got these great songs. You've got these great dance numbers. The whimsies of it, you know, the little adventures that they go on. It's all there, and it's very well done. So I thought the movie was actually pretty great. It held my interest the entire time, whereas like the other one, sometimes I'd be like, but again, you know, after the 100th play, I just wanted to step into the other room. You know what I mean? But no, the family loved it. I loved it. Emily Blunt did fantastic in it. And again, Lin, I can never say his name right the first time. Lin-Manuel Miranda, there you go, did fantastic in this movie, man. He's really, really good. I mean, we know this anyway. Have you heard any of the Hamilton or any of that?
Gee, okay, the funny thing is, I've been wanting to take my son to see Hamilton for I don't know how long.
Me too.
But you know our kids are just like, you're like, oh, we're going to go to LA to see this thing. He's like, oh, in LA, do I really want to, I mean, for this? They're not as excited as I am about going to see this thing. So I really would be taking him. He'd love it, but to get there, my excitement will have to get us there because he's not going to be excited enough to drive to LA to want to see Hamilton. So I've been wanting to see it. I've seen like My Shot done a bunch of times. This is My Shot. And I'm just like, dude, Lin-Manuel is a freaking talented brother, bro. That dude is amazing. And so I'm very eager to see how he does on Mary Poppins. And I'm not going to go in like a dummy thinking, oh, these songs are going to be as great as the originals. No, they're not. They're just not. They didn't do the same songs, right?
Well, they're not going to hit you the same way because you have a love for these songs already, right?
Oh, do they do the exact same songs from the
No. What I'm getting at is you have like you know what you like.
Yes, and also the twins, the brothers that wrote all those Disney songs, like they were a special duo.
Right.
That's not a normal that I want to be like you. That's not a normal ability. And
no,
so
they
I'm
were
not
just killing it back then.
They were just destroying all the Disney songs to the point. I mean, they wrote "It's a Small World." You're not gonna. That's just. It's not going to happen, okay? So I know that I'm going to be going into people that are going to say, hey, we're trying our best. And I think their best is going to be just fine. I love Emily Blunt. And the main reason I want to see this is because I want to support musicals. I think musicals need to come back because we have a society that does not look highly on art anymore. And I think movies like this can make a change, make kids say, I want to do that. I want to do that for a living. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to support it just because it's an art movie.
I'm going to tell you right now, dude, this movie has the charm of the original Mary Poppins.
That's awesome, dude.
Like, it really does. And there's a little more storyline to it, as I recall. There's a little bit more plot going on with this one, but the acting's fantastic. You've got some cameos, some little Easter egg cameos in there that I will let you all kind of figure out and find out, but there are some there. My man Dick Van Dyke comes back. He's been in the commercial, so I don't feel like that's a spoiler.
I would not be able to survive it.
It's very brief, just so you know. But he comes back.
Touch me.
Yeah, I won't say in what capacity he's back, but he's in the movie. Again, the musical numbers, the dance routines are fantastic in this, man. I think that they made a movie that's as good as it's going to get in comparison to the original Mary Poppins, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? You can't really say it's better than the original because it stands on its own. But I think that if you like that first one, you're very much going to like this one. I don't think that there was no one no one came out of that like with a disappointed look on their face. You know what I mean? Like everyone just really seemed to be enjoying themselves. And I honestly think that if you like the first one, you're going to love this one. So check it out for sure. And now my rating, sir. I'm going to go ahead and give this one. What's that?
Did they applaud at the end of it?
Yeah, but around here they applaud for everything. Don't you think they applaud for everything?
They do, but I think I would have touched me. You know what they didn't?
They applauded
no,
at
they
Aquaman.
didn't. No, they applauded everything. That's true. Okay, they applauded at Mary Poppins. Okay, that's fair. All right, go ahead.
I'm going to go ahead and give this one. God, man, they really put a lot of work into this one here. As far as just the effort of this movie and its comparison to the original,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it. I'm giving it 4.5 kites out of 5.
Wow, that's almost a perfect movie.
It's for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not my normal movie that I go to, but as far as what I was expecting and what I got out of it and the performances in this one, 4.5 easy.
I think we have to go see Hamilton, G.
Hey, I'll go with you. If the kid doesn't want to go, I'll go. I tried buying tickets last year when they came to the Bay Area, and I couldn't. I mean, like, it was ridiculous. They had lottery systems. They had, like, I was on Twitter, and it was like, okay, you put your name in, and you're gonna fail every time, and that's exactly what happened. I could not get in.
I think the hard thing, that's. I know they're opening in Puerto Rico with Lin-Manuel. Lin-Manuel's going out there to do it because for the. Getting, it's a fundraiser for like all the money's going to like Puerto Rico and their issues with the hurricane and stuff like that, which is great. That's going to get people.
How come you said Puerto Rico and then you said Puerto Rico?
You have to.
But you said Puerto Rico the first time.
Because I'm trying to make it a point to say all those words correctly. And so if I catch myself saying it wrong...
Oh, you corrected yourself. Right. I got it.
Got to correct yourself.
I'm just fucking with you. I did that on Roma. I did that for Roma too. It's like, Roma. See, I just did it. I did it for Roma.
I still like that movie.
God, it's so good.
You know what makes me mad? You know what makes me... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not going to... No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
No. Do it.
Okay. Here's what I think could have been good for Mary Poppins. I get it. You're redoing a Disney movie. I get it. And, Mary Poppins, was Mary
It's not
Poppins.
necessarily, just to correct you though, it's not necessarily redoing a movie. It's Mary Poppins Returns. It's a sequel. It's a full-fledged sequel.
The same, yes. And but Dick Van Dyke, he's a different person, right?
Yes.
But Mary Poppins, that's supposed to be Julie Andrews, right?
Yes.
Is she reincarnated?
What do you mean is she reincarnated?
Like, is she like, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, now I have a lot of questions. So this Mary Poppins is theoretically like not human.
Yeah, she's like immortal or something. She doesn't age.
Oh, that's
she flies around.
Oh, well then
she does magic.
Yeah, I didn't know. They didn't really go into that because you just thought she was a special person. But in order to make a sequel, yeah, she has to be an immortal thing that makes her a little spooky now.
Everything scares you.
No, but think about that, G. An immortal person, she's pretty much a wizard.
Yeah, I guess so. She's practicing some form of
witchcraft
or wizardry, I guess so. I mean, it's not like that at all. So, you're taking it to a dark place, man. It's Mary Poppins.
But I'm saying that's what it is, though. If we're really going to say this is the lore, she is not a ghost because she didn't die. We're assuming.
No. Right.
The only way she's immortal is she's not a god. We gotta assume she's not a god. A Greek god of any sort.
Yeah. No. There's no godlike qualities about her.
So she's either she's a witch, or some sort of witch adjacent immortal.
Where does she go though when she's not back in London?
Exactly, dude.
Because it's the same family, by the way.
Oh, dude. No, she's a witch. She's a witch.
So this is where we're going? Mary Poppins a witch.
Gee, okay, is there another explanation? She's a witch.
I mean, no, I can't really argue with you. I just never thought that it would go to such a dark place after seeing this wonderful, lighthearted movie.
Well, she's a good witch. She's a good witch.
Are you a good witch or a bad
witch?
I guess I can't really, I can't say you're wrong.
That is spooky as heck, though. Even though she's a good one, I couldn't imagine being like, oh, a wolf. I said wolf. A witch maid is
So
chilling with my
I knew
children.
we'd get to the wolf at some point.
A witch maid is chilling with my children.
She's a magical nanny.
Oh, she's a witch. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, also, people.
if you
don't
break it down, witches practice magic.
yes, she's a
Warlocks practice magic. So, yeah, I guess Mary Poppins is, and then, okay, here you go. They fly around on broomsticks, right?
witch. Oh, gee, come on, dude.
She has an umbrella.
Oh, it's over.
Mary Poppins is a witch. I didn't even think about that.
Not only that,
Dun,
check this out.
dun, dun.
Here's another question: how don't they remember her?
What do you mean?
Do they remember who she is?
Yeah, you're just making stuff up now.
So they remember who she is.
Here's the synopsis. Decades after her original visit, the magical nanny returns to help the Banks siblings and Michael's children through a difficult time in their lives. So you have Michael Banks, who was the kid in the original one,
Yes.
and Jane Banks. Those are the two kids. Well, they're now adults. Michael has kids of his own, and his spouse has passed. So the thing is that he's dealing with some hardship. You know what? Screw it. It's not really a spoiler. He's going to lose his home. Okay, the bank is going to take his home, and so Mary Poppins pops in. See what I said there? And she saves the day. Like,
Okay.
she's going to save the day because it's Disney. Like, let's face it, folks. We never have like we have all kinds of unhappy shit happen. Like, automatically, that's the first thing I said to Gail was like, oh, okay, well, we got the Disney checklist so far going on. We got a dead parent.
Yes.
That's a given, right? I mean,
Mufasa,
every movie
yes.
has yeah, exactly. So, but that's it. She just pops in to save the day. And boy, does she save the day, Steve.
Okay. Come on. Okay. I gotta put myself in. Okay. If I had a magical maid when I was young, okay, and then later on in life she comes back, looking exactly the same, I wouldn't let her anywhere near my children.
I mean, would you think about it though? Like if you were dancing around with penguins and cartoons,
it's over, dude. It's over.
as a kid, I just think you're selfish.
Well, no.
Like you want all this good stuff for yourself, but you don't think your kids deserve that?
No, because the good stuff by itself when I was a kid came from what I thought was an amazing person. But when
Yeah.
I see said person later on that has not aged at all, I'm like, oh, you're not even human, turns out. You're not going to be around my children. This whole
Well, like
thing
you
has
said,
changed.
maybe it's getting back to those good genes.
You know what? It's true. Well, if, Mary Poppins was a little darker, I'd believe it.
That would have been great if they would have thrown that in there.
Oh, dude. But I think it is I think they've done such a good job of making you not even think about the repercussions of who she really is. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm surprised kids aren't just like, oh, she's a witch then, right? Like no one said that that I've heard.
And if she's capable of this kind of magic, is she capable of other magic, more darker magic?
Of course she is.
Do you think she goes to only good families?
I think here's what I
And how did she get her powers in the first place?
bingo.
Like
the question.
that's what we need to do is we need to
That's
get like
the
an
question.
origin story. Like, was she a normal person at one point? Like, was she abandoned as a child and then maybe found by like a coven of witches and then they had to
Oh, totally.
like? Did she come from a magical background? Who are her parents?
And was she born that age? Or did she grow up and something stopped her from aging at that age?
Like, did she just simply appear one day? You mean?
Yes, because there's not something like I was born, grew up till 20 or 33, and then just stopped. Like, no, you must
That's
have
true.
grown. Something happened at 33, and
man.
whatever happened there, you never aged after that.
So is she like a vampire?
I totally did. Or you know what it could be? She might have done something. Whatever happened in her real life, she died at 33.
This is
went
great.
to hell. She's a demon, and then she sneaks out of the gates of hell to do some nice things every once in a while because she's like, I do so much evil down here that maybe I can do nice things once in a while. And so she goes back to Earth, does her nice things every like 50 years, and then has to go back to hell. Like maybe something like that.
What do you think she does in hell when she's not doing good things on Earth?
Evil. That's why she has to get out to do just to cleanse her palate.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, what level do you think she goes to? Do you think like she has people? She's torturing people
Yes.
in hell, bathing them in fire and giving them their worst nightmares?
I
Because
think-
she can take you from one reality
Yes.
into another. Basically, she's interdimensional when you think about it, because
No
you can actually go from 2D to 3D.
She's
Holy shit, we've just cracked something that.
we
dude.
have cracked the code.
No, I
She's
mean,
either
really, I'm
a
going to
witch
give
or
it to
not.
you, but I mean, now I kind of want to explore it even more. Like, so yeah, was she just this normal woman? I didn't even think about that. You really think about some weird shit, because you're right. If she's not aging,
Yes. Something
then she
happened at her age.
either had to die and be brought back,
Yes.
resurrected, so she's like a zombie vampire thing, maybe. I mean, she's maybe not a vampire because she's out in the daytime and whatnot. But
Oh, yes.
I mean, if you look at the recent fiction that's out there, that's possible too. And she has an umbrella.
Gee.
So maybe when she's flying around, she uses the umbrella to shade herself from the UV rays, much like Cassie does on Preacher, right?
Much like Malcolm Barrett should have done.
Yeah. He's coming back. I'm telling you, man.
Now, if we want to look at it at the brightest possibility,
Wow,
here's
we just
what-
went to a whole dark place.
like-
I love this.
for the best possible outcome
Yeah.
of why she's the way she is.
Yeah.
She was a normal, she was a maid, a normal housekeeper. And one day the people that she was taking care of, all of them got sick, or the kids got sick. And she said, I will offer up my soul if you save these children. And he's like, all right, well then I own your soul from here on out. And she's like, okay. And she gave it up for that family. And now her penance is to be immortal. That's the best case scenario.
But okay, but then offering up her soul to Satan?
Yes.
Okay, so but then that means that she was already practicing some kind of a dark magic, if you will, or some kind of dark practice, because how would she even know to get Satan on the line to offer her soul up?
Well, see, I think what happened is she was praying for the kids. They kept on getting sicker, and she was just like, whoever can hear me. And Satan was like, well, hello. And he was there.
Chimed, I'm sure. It's Bill Faison. No one knows what we're talking about. I love it.
No, and so I think that's the best case scenario, is that's what happened. Otherwise, she's just an evil witch. And I think the curse that Satan gave her was, you're going to see everyone you love die. You're never going to be able to live with someone and love them. Everyone you know will die in front of you.
Hold on. I'm going to throw another component into this here, because there is something that pops up in the movie. So Meryl Streep shows up in the movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
As her cousin. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere, because her cousin lives in this house, right?
Yeah.
Where every day at a certain time, the house turns upside down.
Oh, come on, G. What are we?
Or it's like every Wednesday or something. You know what?
Come on,
to
G.
be honest, I stepped out for a second. But her cousin's older. But she could have been like, maybe she's just been that same age the whole time too. Like,
Exactly.
I don't know.
Or she could be like 20 million years old.
So
and
then
now
maybe
she's aging.
So maybe she just comes from like a family of witches.
Oh, there's no question. If your house turns upside down every so often, it's over. We are not having the conversation anymore. They're witches.
Wow.
That's what it is. Mary Poppins is a witch.
So,
That's the
but
name
why
of
does
our
she choose?
episode.
But why does she choose to help these families? Do you think that maybe that's what you're saying? Is that maybe she has to like break up the monotony? Maybe that's her penance. Like she maybe she killed an entire family.
Ooh.
And then killed herself.
Ooh.
She goes to hell, and she realizes like the wrong in what she's done, right?
Yes.
So she makes this deal with Satan, which I don't know why he would make this deal, but like allows her, or maybe that's her hell. Maybe
Yeah,
she's actually
she sees
maybe she's a
everyone die.
horrible person. No, maybe she's a horrible person, right? So her hell is having to go back to Earth to save these families, help these families out. But remember, she killed a family, right? In this scenario. So she has to be therefore she's reminded of her sins, and she has to make right, even though she's an evil person. Repeatedly,
So
over
you're saying
and
her
over
doing
and over
good,
again.
it sucks for her because she's an evil person.
Right.
That could be something.
I'm just saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching. I think I
No,
am.
no. We're already in Mary Poppins as a witch now.
Yeah.
That's not even reaching, I think. I think every other possibility is not a reach. Once you get into I'm a magical person, unless you explain it, everything's possible. She's a magical human being that cannot in any way, shape, or form only just do good. Because I'm sure, like, if we think it's just good, but I'm like, if she's like a guy's driving down the street trying to chase the family and she makes the car like screech off the road and crash, we're just like, ha ha, oh, Mary, but that wasn't good for him. So she can do bad, no question.
Actually, I don't think that she came from hell, because if you think about it, she flies away. You're right. I think it's a witch thing. And somehow in her past, she was cursed with immortality.
Yes.
And that's it. So she just has to do good.
That's why she doesn't stick around the family, because she doesn't want to watch them die.
She doesn't want to watch them die.
Yeah, which she would have to, because she would never age and they would.
And in this movie, she says that she's going to stick around until the door is open. Mm-hmm. And then the door opens, right? And all this like wind and shit happens. And then she goes, it's time. And she flies away.
Oh, she's a witch.
Wow.
She's a witch. And you know what? She's a witch, and she's not even the worst person in the movie. The worst person in the movie is the dad, who lets a witch chill with his kids, knowing she's a witch.
Yeah, like the villain is Colin Firth, but he's just a typical English villain. Like he's fairly harmless when you think about it. But yeah, you're right. I think Michael Banks is the bad person because he's already experienced this once, Steve.
Thank you. She knows that she should not look like this.
And Jane Banks did too.
Come on, dude.
And they're like, okay. And that's the thing. It's like they fly away. She flies away, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the original one. And then she comes back. I know I'm kind of rehashing this, what you're saying, but now it's making sense to me. So she comes back. They don't even trip that she hasn't aged. You're right.
Come on, G.
So they say, okay, you're clearly not mortal.
Mm-hmm.
Have my children.
Exactly.
Bathe my children.
They're the worst.
She does a thing where she puts the kids into a tub, and they just sink down and they go on this adventure in the ocean.
Oh, no. Nope. No. Because here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. Let's go for a dark ride.
Let's do it.
Say, I sit there and I give Mary Poppins control of my child.
Right.
Of my other child that is no longer here.
Uh-huh.
My other child goes with Mary Poppins. She takes him on a wonderful river trip and he drowns. They find him and they're like, what happened? I was like, I freaking left a witch with my son and she drowned him in the bathtub. They would say, well, why the crap did you leave a witch with your son? But I don't know. I just thought, that she would just take him and bathe him is what I thought. That is a ridiculous idea. The cops would be like, why did you let her do that? Yes, she drowned him. She's a witch. Of course she drowned your kid, you silly goose.
So is this cycle just going to continue? Like, is she going to come back? Maybe she's just going to haunt this family by each generation.
Oh, yes.
So when the new kids have kids, she's going to come back again. And the cycle just continues.
Affirmative.
Wow.
She's a witch.
We've blown this door wide open.
I think that it needed to be blown wide open as soon as she came back. The first time around, you can almost say she didn't really exist and we imagined her. It wasn't a real thing.
Yeah, like, was that a dream?
Yeah. Now she's officially a witch. It's over. I'm like, oh. Turns out you're a witch. I did not know. Now I do. Chill with my kids. Yeah, you're a horrible dude, G. You're a horrible father.
Should we take it back one more time, though? Because you did mention maybe she's just a good witch. I mean, should we just leave it at that and just hope for the best for these children?
That's the only thing we can do. That's it.
We just have to hope that she's actually a good witch. Or maybe, but now she has saved a family twice. So do they owe her some kind of debt?
Save is a very strong word.
She saved their situation. I'll give them that.
I mean, she saved. They can't be. They're rich again. They would have been fine.
Well, they were going through some shit in this one actually. So she brought everything back around again, and then at the end, everyone levitates. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, were they rich at the end?
They weren't rich.
Okay.
But they were rich maybe with love.
Oh! thing is, here's my issue. The thing is, she's a witch. She could snap
Yeah.
her fingers and make the bank forget about everything.
Yeah, like, so is this some kind of lesson learned thing? Like, you know what? I'm not even
Totally.
gonna get into that. So now she's gonna teach too.
That's what she's doing. She's a witch.
I don't know about all this now, man.
She's a witch, dude.
I think
And
this movie just went up to 5 out of 5 umbrellas.
I mean, look, here's what it is. It has to be 5 out of 5 umbrellas. Let me tell you why. Because they didn't have you thinking she was a witch one time. They were able to be like, yeah, she's just immortal. Totally cool. Next question.
She's a beautiful woman that comes
That's
in to
it.
save a family.
That's it. They don't ever say, no one ever walks out and been like, I think she's a witch. Nope. Until that's why we're the heroes of noise. We don't
Definitely
play
some
that
noise
jazz.
today.
We
Yeah.
don't play that jazz. We don't play that witch noise.
Wow,
We don't
man.
play that.
I'm gonna have to give you all of this. Really, you've opened my eyes because like I was enchanted. I think is what it was. I was enchanted with the whole thing. Like she cast a spell on me, and I didn't even see what was really happening.
I'm very eager to see what the listeners about this theory.
You know what? Seriously, yeah. Now I want to know because this is a good one, guys. Please, it's the end of the year. Do us a favor. Go to our website, heroesofnoise.com. Click on the voicemail and let us know, do you think Mary Poppins is a witch? And if you do think she's a witch, what would you like to know, Steve? I want to know what her story is originally. Like how
Yes.
she became this way in the first place.
And if you don't think she's a witch, please explain what the deuce
Yes,
is
please.
happening.
Because now I'm convinced 100% she's a witch. Like we kind of went, I went to hell and all this other stuff. No, I think it's a witch thing, but there is definitely an immortality aspect going on here.
And she could definitely kill someone.
And she saved the family twice. So do they now owe her a debt? Like, is she going to come back and collect later?
And did she really save the family if she just made them have money? Is that saving them? I would say she saved the family if they all had tuberculosis and she cured them. I'd be like, okay, you saved the family. But even if they slept on the street, they'd be alive.
She saved the family situation, is what she did. She didn't necessarily save the family. They were fine. They weren't going to die.
Exactly.
They were just in a financial woe.
They're in a
She
tight
helped
spot.
fix that. They were in
Yeah.
a tight spot, exactly.
You know what's funny? Here's how crazy it is. Like, they're like, hey, okay, we're going to bring a witch back from history. What can she do? Be like, yeah, save this family from being homeless. I'm like, yeah, you could have gone deeper than that. What if like one of them had TB or something and literally she saved him? That would be crazy. Because she's a witch. She can do anything.
So when they're going on these adventures and stuff like that, because then they're like, wake up and everything's normal, right? And she's like,
Yes.
oh, I didn't know what you were talking about. Spit spot.
in it.
You know, no, it's like she says, like a pish posh. You know, she'll say that kind of stuff. Was she drugging these children?
Okay, dude, she did the spoonful of
Did she?
sugar.
Uh-huh. I was just going to say that. She
No,
gave them a spoonful of sugar in the original one, right?
Yeah.
So, is she drugging these children? Is she casting spells on these children and drugging them, possibly poisoning them, making them have these hallucinations where they're dancing around with penguins and whatnot?
Okay,
Where they're going into two-dimensional worlds and waking up suddenly?
She is not having, okay, that's another thing we have to make clear.
What if these kids are all unconscious and
Yes.
she's like doing some kind of incantation? She's just like, really what's happening? She's like dancing around naked and shit with blood all over while these kids are all unconscious.
The thing is, this world that she brings them into does not exist. She literally creates it for them. So yes, they are enchanted. Because when they leave, there's not a bunch of cartoon fish floating still being like, well, we're bored again.
Yeah,
in this
everything goes
alternate
back to
universe.
normal.
Everything goes back to normal. So she enchants them, meaning that their brain is not working like it should. It's making things up. So there's no question. That's gone. She is for sure messing with the reality of their brains because they can float all of a sudden. Either A, she can affect gravity, which she already can because she floats on an umbrella.
Right.
But the fact that she can affect gravity for someone else, bro, she's a witch.
Oh my God,
And
Steve.
she enchants
I never
the
thought
children.
of any of this until you brought this up, man.
Yeah, she enchants the children because those worlds, like when they leave those worlds, they're not still there. Those worlds are gone now.
That's why I think it's just some kind of a hallucination thing. Like maybe she's giving him ayahuasca or something crazy
She is
like that.
enchanting them with her witch powers.
Witch powers. It's not ayahuasca. She's doing like deadly nightshades and things like that.
Yeah.
Eye of Newt.
She is literally using witchcraft. And she also used it on the street sweeper. Because if he's dancing with cartoons, they're both seeing that. So she enchants him too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's a given.
Dude, it's over, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't think I have anything else to add to that.
I don't either. I'm eager to see what the listeners have to add to that because, I mean, again, my big one is if she's not a witch, please explain what she is then. Siren, she can't be a siren because she needs water. Nope, she needs water. So she's a witch.
She would need to be, she would need to be in the water all the time, right?
Yep.
Although the sirens did hop onto the rocks and beckon the sailors to get them to crash into the rocks.
And she does sing.
But
she needs water like consistently.
She took them into the tub.
Oh my goodness.
And they're swimming around.
And she goes to the clouds, which is mostly water.
Right. Got to remember that. Clouds
but
are they're comprised.
Fly.
What's that?
Sirens don't fly.
Oh, okay. All right. So there goes that theory.
There goes that one.
Hmm.
I don't know why I know so much about this. Oh, because I'm listening to that Greek mythology podcast. I was like, why do I know that?
I'm pretty impressed. I was actually thinking like this guy really knows a lot about mythology.
You do know. I want to learn about all the monsters we have now. I'm like, where did they come from and why are they fake? Thank you.
Do you think anyone else has ever thought this before? You know what? I'm going to look it up real quick while we're still.
Is Mary? Oh no! I guarantee if you put "Is Mary Poppins A," I guarantee which fills out.
Poppins A. You gonna make me work for it, phone?
Let me see.
Is Mary Poppins a witch?
I told you.
It's the very first thing that pops up. Oh, should we go into this? This has been going on. I mean, it's probably been going on longer than that, but we've got Reddit. We've got...
Dude.
This one is from September 4th of 2014.
Dude, she's a witch.
6 days ago.
Bruh. She is a witch. We're not the... Dude, it's a thing now. It's officially a thing.
This is coming from... hold on, what is this? This is inverse.com. I've just pulled this up, so I may stop and be like, oh, can't say that. But let's see what it says here. It says...
First of all, black people are less than people. We'll be like, okay, let's try another website.
What is inverse.com? Is that bad?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
like, you start reading, you're like, oh, wait. We probably shouldn't do this site. Anyway, back to Mary Poppins.
It says, but what is Mary Poppins? I'm skipping a bunch, obviously. Yeah. It says, but what is Mary Poppins? She's clearly got some sort of magical powers. Yeah. She can fly. She can manipulate reality. And her purse somehow has enough... Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Her purse has enough room for large objects.
But that could be magic as in, like, Penn and Teller. So that doesn't count. A
full-sized floor lamp in the original and a large toy ship in the new sequel. The most obvious answer and the one that makes the most sense is that she's a witch.
Boom.
Mary Poppins being a witch explains her powers, along with why she's seemingly... Jesus, Steve, did you read this and then you're just... I did not. It says, Mary Poppins being a witch explains her powers, along with why she seemingly hasn't aged a day.
Dude.
In the new movie set decades after the original. Is there anything else on here? Like, I'm really into this now.
I'm shocked they have not pulled up the fact that dad is a horrible dad. You're letting a witch.
Oh, I'm sure it's on there somewhere. I'm sure we can find that.
But then again, we're dads, and so maybe we think that way.
Assuming Poppins is a witch, the question remains, what kind of witch is she? As stories like The Wizard of Oz and Harry Potter make clear, witches can be good, but they can also be evil. It's easy to assume that practically perfect in every way, Mary Poppins is a force for good. But as others have noted, she's not all spoonfuls of sugar. Oh my God, this goes on.
Here's the thing.
They have this one movie fan even re-edited the original trailer to turn it into a horror movie. Obviously, we can't play that for you guys, but I'm saving this shit. I'm watching this.
Well, here's the thing. We can't do, because you can edit any trailer to make it fairly easy.
No, I know, but still, I'd like to see it now because, you know.
And here's the thing.
I'm kind of intrigued.
I just thought of something.
What's that?
Not the greatest witch. Because one of the like a big if we're believing witches, if there are witches, there in this world there are gods and good gods, and one sin is being like haughty, like being high on yourself. She says, "I'm practically perfect in every way."
Yep.
So she doesn't have humility. So apparently she's kind of evil.
She's very vain, to say the least.
Exactly. Vanity, one of the 7 sins. She is sort of evil.
I mean, yes, you're right. She's a sinner.
Practically perfect in every way?
She's a sinner.
Yeah, gee, I'm not buying what she's selling at all, homie. Hey, if y'all see Mary Poppins, get your crucifixes out.
Lock your doors. Oh my God.
Whoo! She just appears decades later. Oh, geez, Louise.
This is horrifying now.
And what if you're just like, I don't want you watching my kids? Does she take no for an answer? We don't know.
Maybe they just got lucky and they were like good with it. But
Exactly.
what
Oh,
if they
sure.
had said no?
And if she's just like, oh, I wasn't asking. And then it just like, oh, no, dude. No. Hey, like homeboy said back in the day, hide your kids.
Oh my God. I wish I had my soundboard ready for that. That'd be hilarious.
Gee, she's a problem. Mary Poppins is a problem. I'm going on record. And I'm shocked if someone makes a Mary Poppins horror movie and just calls it like Perry Moppins and she's scary.
Oh.
That would be awesome. That would be the best thing ever. Perry Moppins.
Scary Poppins.
Oh, dude, come on. Scary Poppins would be. Oh, Dan. You just nailed it. Scary Poppins. Someone needs to re-edit the original Mary Poppins to a whole horror movie and call it Scary Poppins.
I have to watch the original one now. Just to see it from different eyes now. You know what I mean? Like my eyes have been opened. Like the whole thing was just like, what?
Here, dude, we've all been enchanted.
That's what I was saying.
Hold on, let me think. If we've been enchanted, because she made up a word and we still say it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. We remembered it and we still say it. Oh, dude. It's over. It's over.
What?
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, that's another genius thing that those guys wrote. They created a freaking song out of that word. Made it up and made a song that I'm very eager to hear the songs on the news. The new movie. Because I'm like, if you're working at that level, I'm impressed.
They're not making up words.
That's a hard song to do. I mean, just to be like, let's just make up a word, make a song about it. Wrote a song about it like the Here Goes. Dude, Mary Poppins.
Maybe supercalifragilisticexpialidocious is like one of the incantations.
No question, G. Maybe that's why it looks so good. Because I used to sing that song all the time. It might have something to do with it. You hated this.
So you're thinking, I didn't hate it. But I didn't sing it like that. I mean, I didn't love it the way you did.
But it was played in your house all the time? That's why you're
all the time. So it was
That's
just,
it.
yeah. I
That's
just
it.
got it through osmosis.
No question.
Wow.
No question. G, look, let me tell you something. We just hit something, but we're not the only ones. It's a very few of us where we're going to have to get like a bunker like the guys on Supernatural. We understand what Mary Poppins is and the rest of the world thinks she's wonderful. We have to let people know she's a witch, ladies and gentlemen. She's a witch.
I can't look at her any other way now.
And then it's like everyone else has those little spiral eyes when they see her, and we're the only ones being like, hey, snap out of it.
They get them Birdbox eyes.
Yeah, there it is. Be like, hey. And they're just like, no, I want to sing Spoonful of Sugar. Like, no. Sing, sing, I won't worry my life away.
Kids, just repeat after me.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud
Break this
enough,
down.
you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Hum diddly hum diddly
Oh,
eye.
dude.
It's over.
Let me tell you something. She enchanted them so well that Homeboy said it backwards that quick. No, she did. She said it backwards and forwards. Dude, it's over. She is an enchantress. Enchantress, I think that's a character, though. You can't be can you be an enchantress?
At this point, I think anything's possible. Like, I'm completely mind blown by this. How did I never see this before?
Gee, here's what I hope. I hope that there's a person that actually wrote this that actually would come on the podcast and explain their theory. And we could have a whole podcast saying Mary Poppins is a witch.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, dude. Let me tell you something.
I'm dying to hear other people's theories about this.
There's no other. They're going to have theories, but I think it's going to be based on stuff I'm not familiar with because I don't know Harry Potter. So they might be able to actually bring on some Harry Potter stuff. But even a Harry Potter, if they said, hey, there's a wonderful, awesome, amazing, perfect witch from Harry Potter, and she's coming to watch your child, I'd say, guess what's not happening? That. No witch is watching my kid. Because she's good now, or he's good at this second. No. That dad, regardless, is a terrible father. He's a bad father.
So do you think that all of these cartoon characters that are dancing around are like her familiars?
I think they're not real. She has enchanted people to see them.
There's so many ways we can go with this now. Like, again, I'm still not entirely sure she just wasn't drugging them with the whole spoonful of sugar bit.
No, but the thing is, she doesn't need to drug them. Remember, she's a witch. She can just cast a spell on them. Like, I don't need to use drug if I'm a witch. Like, what are drugs for? Be like, I could just cast a spell better than a drug.
Yeah, but a lot of times witches need these things when they're their cauldrons and whatnot. Eye of Newt.
True. Eye of Newt. That's true. Depending on what kind of witch she is.
Which we don't know.
Which we don't know. We don't know how long she's been practicing. Because I think you can... No, because the Eye of Newt witches are super old. So they've been handling that business for a long time.
That's what we've been led to believe through Hollywood.
You think
We don't know this for sure.
They might need Eye of Newt in the beginning. And then at the as they get better at the enchanting, they don't even need that Eye of Newt frog leg and, turtle shell. They don't need all that. All they need is you'd be like, oh, we just start singing the song, like Feed the Birds, Toppins a Bag, and you're just going to be enchanted. Dude, I'm telling you, she's dangerous.
That's the best thing ever. Oh my God. I thought I was going to get through the year without another conspiracy theory.
I don't
here
think
we are.
it is. I think it's literally the real. I think it's over. She's a witch.
I mean, it makes the most sense when you think about it. We've said a lot of wild shit, but when it just all comes to it, yeah, she's a witch. She's a freaking witch.
She's a witch, dude. There's no question. I can't wait till someone gets... A matter of fact, I think there's a certain group I might put it in and be like, hey.
Yeah.
They'd probably be like, you know what? Come to think of it, she totally is.
I'm glad I talked about this, man. I'm glad I brought up the movie because I swear to you, I wasn't going to for some reason.
I'm glad
I wasn't.
you
We
did.
were going to keep it loose, and here we are.
No,
But
it's still loose, but we found truth in the looseness.
yes,
We have
there's
found
truth in the
We've
looseness.
We've stumbled upon an amazing thing, and truthfully, that would be the best way to close out 2019 with a bit of truth. 2018 with a bit of truth that Mary Poppins is a witch.
Maybe
I don't
we're
know
done.
Huh?
Maybe should be the end of the podcast.
Done deal. She's a witch. But if she's not, Dan is willing to hear your other theories. Me? I'm only here to refute your theories.
No. I mean, you're going to have to really convince me now because I think I'm telling you, this makes the most sense to me.
It has to. The fact that you are typing it into Google and the first thing is not is Mary Poppins a movie? Is she a maid? No, the first thing that comes out is a witch. Like people left the theater being like, hey, yo, I think she, I think she might be a witch, bro. Like everyone else is laughing and smiling, and there's that one person with a straight face, like
sitting by themselves
yes.
in the theater, last one to leave.
Being like, hey, wait.
Hold up a second.
Bruh? While everyone else has spiralized, he's like, wait a minute. Is she a witch? And we're those people. We're not.
We
Bird
left
Box.
giddy as hell.
You did.
I did. That's what I'm saying.
I've been giddy as hell my whole life off of this mirror. From this whole time. I've been giddy for 40 years of my life.
So is this literally the first time you've ever thought of this right now? It's just like, this is it?
Gee, I literally thought about it now 30.
Wow.
Now 30. Well, actually now 45.
We've been going for a good 30 on this one.
Gee, that's when I figured it out. Today, 30. It's just one of those things where I was just like, oh no. Like, I think they should have aged her. I think they should have gotten Julie. Yes, she is. I think they should have gotten Julie Andrews again. Then no one has questions. And if they do have questions, they're just like, well, she flies. That's the only weird thing.
Yeah, she's just she goes back to just being a magical nanny.
That's it. And you know what? Julie Andrews could have done it. She totally could have done it, unless she's sick.
I find it weird that she chose. I think I heard that she didn't want to like upstage Emily Blunt, but she's actually an Aquaman. Dude. She chose Aquaman over Mary Poppins Returns
because when she
maybe she didn't want to fuck with that black magic anymore.
Gee, here's the thing. Here's the secret. First of all, I don't know if there's really a Julie Andrews. That's the number one. Number two, what did she just?
So you think that is they just made her
maybe
up?
The whole thing is just a ruse. However, she probably was just read the script and was like, oh, she's a witch. If I'm going to play an evil beast, I'll rather just be the voice.
Maybe that's her subliminal way of saying, look, I'm not getting near this movie again.
Bruh.
That's some Linda Blair shit. Like, it messed me up when I did it. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to subtly say that I think she is an evil creature by playing a Leviathan in another movie that just coincidentally comes out at the same time.
Come on, dude. Now you're thinking.
Dude.
Now you're thinking.
My eyes are opened.
The Leviathan.
I got Birdbox eyes right now, bro. I'm serious.
Here's the scary thing. The Leviathan has less power than Mary Poppins does. He can't perform, or that thing can't perform magic. Mary Poppins can. So technically, if one of them was going to watch my child.
Yeah, all that thing. You want the Leviathan to do the babysitting?
Hey, look what the Leviathan did with that sword. That sword is straight. If they could protect my kid like they did that sword,
that's true. Yeah,
my
that sword
kid
was just
good.
chilling for a minute. That's
it's
right.
Been chilling. I dare somebody to try to get my kid. I'm like, yeah, go for it, man. Go have fun.
I was gonna steal one of these seahorses. I'm not messing with that Leviathan.
Heck no, G. Now Mary Poppins, on the other hand. You try to get your kid, you'll be like, oh, good thing. I take my kid home, get him all the way back to the house, put him in the bed. And she's like, are you sure you have your child? I'll look and there's nothing. I'm like, she enchanted me all the way home. Dude, I'm good. I'm good with Mary.
Daddy, we went to a magical place last night. Sure you did. They don't believe it?
In it.
In
I'm trying to use it. You know what's funny? You know Johnny Bucks, did I show you the message he sent me about In It? I will end on this real quick. Hold up. Did he tell you?
Mick.
Did you see it?
Wasn't it Mick?
No. Was it Mick or was it Bucks?
I think it was Mick.
Hold on, let me check. Because he corrected me very well. Gee, where did the conversation go?
Hold on. I have it.
I do not have it anymore. Was it on Twitter?
Maybe. Hold on. You look on Twitter.
Was it on Twitter, dude?
Oh, here we go.
You found it?
No. Nope.
Dude,
Did it happen?
Did it? Oh, gee. What if she in chat and be like, "Hey, they're talking a little bit too much about my witchness. Let me make them think something happened and they can't find it. Get off the subject." What the crap is that daggone conversation, G? Are you sure?
I remember. I want to say it was Mick.
Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. Great show this week, chaps. Felt the love. Thank you so much. Always a fan, always a friend. By the way, isn't it is a contraction of isn't it? Yes. We got that.
I was aware.
Often used as as agreement, like, hey, what about this bad news about Trump, isn't it? Right? Now,
That's what he said?
Yes. And I said, I get it, but what about when folks say, like, well, if you don't like the results, you shouldn't have done the crime, isn't it? Right? People say that.
I would not be the one to confirm that, but
Well,
I know what you're getting at.
Yeah, well, if they're like, well, if you don't like where you're going, turn the car around, isn't it? And he said, yeah, that's another example of the agreement kind of usage. I'm like, oh, so I can just agree with stuff.
I always thought it was like, we were thinking that Mary Poppins was a whimsical movie about a magical nanny, but it's a movie about witchcraft, isn't it?
Well, that's like, it isn't it? But they use it in a way that can't be, isn't it? Like they'll be like, well, remember that? What was that show we were watching about the kids that had those powers from England and the curly-headed guy could come back from the grave? Yes. They said it on everything. They tell that off on, like, that would be the tail of every sentence almost. And I was like, man, I need to figure out how to use that. I think you could literally just put it, can you? I think there's a rule for it, but I think it just depends on, like, what hood you're in. Like, what hood you're from.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like John Boyega in,
it's a geographical slang.
Yeah, because John Boyega, what movie was that where he was getting chased? The first movie we all saw him in.
Attack the Block.
Attack the Bleezy. He would be like, isn't it? Be like, they'll be like, well, maybe we should run, isn't it? I'm like, oh, so you can just use it for any question you ask, right?
I mean, I'm not the one to confirm this, but I think you're onto the right track.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit up Nana too, because that dude uses it a grip too. Hey man, hook me up with the rules, bruh, and I'll hook you up with rules of whatever slang that you hear me using.
Nana, we got to get in touch with you, man. We got plans to make for the new year. We don't think we forgot. We were just talking about it off mic before we started recording. We got to hit you up and confirm some things so we can make our appearance.
But were we talking about it, or were we made to believe we were talking about it?
Well, I thought we were talking about it, isn't it?
Oh, gee, I think you did it right.
I don't know if I did or not.
I think you did.
Nana's like, fuck you, man. I don't talk that way.
I think you did it right. But anyway, people.
Wow, what a show.
People. That was the Heroes of Noise. If you've ever listened to the Heroes of Noise, that was the Heroes of Noisiest of all Heroes of Noise.
It doesn't get much more noisy than that.
This was the Heroes of Noise. This is going to be a fantastic year. This next year is going to be amazing. We're one more year away from the Goblin getting out of office. So that's always a wonderful thing. Another year where we're going to be able to do possibly, I saw another trailer for The Boys. So, we might have a really busy year, G.
If we don't do another podcast for The Boys, it is definitely going to be a weekly segment for sure.
It has to. I don't know if we could, because, dude, with The Word, The Boys.
Well, I don't think they're all coming out at the same time. Heroes, we have to stay consistent. Real quick, before we go there, you got any goals, man, for 2019? What are your goals for 2019?
I think it's the same goals of this last year is to make other people say no for me instead of saying no on behalf of other people. Instead of me saying, oh, they probably say no. Be like, well, ask. Be like, okay, well, can I do a beat for you? Yeah. Instead of in my brain saying no for them. They might not say no. Ask. Go out there and shoot your shot. That's my pretty much it. Shoot your shot. You see a wonderful looking woman walking down the street, walk up and say, "You're beautiful. Can I take you to coffee?" No. All right. You said no for me. Instead of your brain being like, "I know exactly how this conversation is going to go." All right. She'll say no. Never mind. Well, then let her say no then. Obviously not creepily. Go in a crowded place so she's not creeped out by you, but shoot your shot, people. Don't let your brain tell you no when someone else has not yet. Have them tell you no for your dreams and hopes and goals and all that stuff. Be like, "Hey, is it okay if I do your artwork for your podcast?" Yes. Oh, or no. At least they said no instead of you being like, "I'm not even going to email them. They probably have so many fans. They probably have so many people listening to them. They'll probably get sick of emails. They'll probably never read it. I don't even want to waste my time. Never mind. I'm not getting to do the artwork." Now you've just said no for them. Shoot
Solid.
your shot.
That's solid.
My goal. That's my goal.
That's your personal goal.
That's my personal goal. No,
What's your
that's a
podcast
goal in
goal?
general. Oh, no. Our podcast goal, let me tell you something. You know what the truth of the podcasting goal is? To be, obviously get more listeners, be more successful, the obvious, but B, get an even closer group of podcasting people where we have a crew that have each other's back. And we're already on our way there. Like, it's happening fast. Like, we're following each other and doing all this stuff because all we have is us. And I think it makes a big difference where you have people that are like a crew where we don't need to worry about going on other people's, like, outside of the crew's podcast because we support each other. First and foremost, we support each other. We get each other listeners. We make sure that everyone is succeeding. I think this crew can be a dangerous one, like a really dangerous one. And I look forward to seeing that grow throughout this coming year. So that's my goal, where we are just the behemoth, the Leviathan, have you, of the podcasting seas, where it's just like, look, we are like gatekeepers now. Like, we have a crew. We have a crew. Like, Joe Rogan had his death squad. We're getting a crew. You know what I'm saying? Where if they know Dan, they know Brian, or they know Nana, or they know, Kev, they know all these different people because they've heard each other on each other's podcast, where it's like that whole group of podcasts are beasts. All of them. Listen to any of them and they're nasty. So, that's the goal.
That's amazing, man. You took the words right out of my mouth right there.
What's your goal for podcast?
I kind of just want to say what he said, but really, no. I mean, that's it, man. I want to be stronger than we've ever been. Getting back to what you were saying, I want to bring the community, like closer. And I think you said it perfectly, man. We need to be the nastiest, baddest crew that's ever podcasted. And we're all just getting to know each other right now. So to really get to know each other and start mingling on each other's shows and just grow stronger, that's the way to do it, man. I mean, I don't know if it's going to become like a network or something like that, but we could be a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean?
Like, imagine we have, like, there's a podcasting festival of just our crew, one after the other, and we sell out because it's just us. We don't have to invite we just have our crew. We go out, and wherever we go, we sell out. Why? Because we're so dope. And they're like, we get a chance to see all of them on one stage. We're paying for that. We can get there. Where it's just like, this day you have all these shows going. The next day you have all these shows going. And then maybe the third day, it's all of us on stage together.
Just a big ass round table?
Round freaking table. Where it's just like, yeah, we sold out this theater 3 times in a row. Because that's how beastly we are. We're ridiculous. Because we're that good. It's totally going to happen. It's totally going to happen if we keep going the direction we're going. We're building a solid circle, and we're on our way.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. There's a lot of miles in between us, man, but I'm telling you, I'm going to put it out there. That would be awesome if we could all get together at some point.
Dude.
Some place where we all meet and just do this massive show this year. That would be fantastic.
Oh, preferably the UK, but that's just because I want to go to the UK.
That's because I want to. That's a little self-serving, but I'm with you on that one too. Hey, man, we got people out there though. We got who's out there? Brute Force? Or no, I know Dan West. He's from the Leftover Army, and he does Brute Force and Ignorance. He's out there.
Blurs Are Us.
Blurs Are Us are out there. We got Johnny B.
Johnny Bucks. We got Mick.
Yes.
We have a lot of people out there.
We should all just take this shit overseas.
Oh, dude. We got to go because I got to see Abbey Road. Jay. What are we talking about right now?
Another thing too, man, I want to do more interviews this year.
Dude, you are an interview king.
No, I want us to do more interviews this year.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, it's the apprehension. I have an interview that I've been trying to get for the last few months, man. I have a feeling that I'm about ready to just. I'll say it if I fail, which there's a very good chance I may. I'm still trying though.
Okay.
I should find out something within the next few weeks whether or not I'm going to get this one. But I kind of like stopped bugging for a while. But come January, and that's just a few days away, it's on. I'm going to hit it hard.
I
I'm
think
going to
I
try
know
to
who
get
you're
something.
talking about.
Yeah. I've been trying, man, but I don't know. We'll see.
I
got a
mean-
response, then no response.
They're going to
Now
have
I'm
a lot
waiting.
of time on their hands soon, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
You're
But
a-
I want
you're a
more
charming
interviews.
guy.
I want more crossovers.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's gonna be great. And you know what? I need to get into. I just don't think I'll be a good interviewer. That's all.
That's insane.
I don't think I'm not really good at interviewing, G.
People tell him he's insane. Come on.
No,
Right
I'm
in.
serious. No, being real. I don't. That's being totally honest. I think you're better at. I know you're better at interviewing. It's not even a question. You are good at that thing.
Well, I
This is
appreciate it,
true.
but I think that you'd be just as good, Steve.
Oh, I wouldn't. But go on.
But go on. I guess there's really nothing else to say, man. You want to go ahead and shall we close this one out? The last show of 2018?
That's it for the Heroes of Noise, ladies and gentlemen. We love talking to you about Mary Poppins being a witch, the Birdbox situation, Bandersnatch, all these wonderful things we talked about. We love you so very much. The last voice you're going to hear is from my boy Dan. Happy New Year, and I love you. Mwah.
That was a wet one. I heard that shit. I liked it, man. Lots of saliva on that one. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve has said it all. That's it for me, guys. Wow, Happy New Year. We made it through another one. Thank you for listening to episode 49. What have we learned, Steve? We learned that there's a bird beezy that didn't get compleasy. Mary Poppins was actually a wheezy. I mean, it's crazy, man. You know what? Guys, seriously, have a happy new year. Have a safe new year. We will see you within a matter of 7 days, really. Don't fret. We're going to be back. We're going to have a whole lot more to talk about. My name is Dan Ramirez. For Steve Hudson, I'm going to tell you this. Be good to yourselves. Be good to everyone else around you. Ladies and gentlemen, Happy New Year. Peace.